As September 22nd nears, so does the end of summer. And it's been a strange summer for a world dealing with COVID-19, which has shuttered doors to movie theaters across the country and forced everyone indoors for their entertainment. That gigantic cultural shift has put a lot of pressure on movies and shows to do well on streaming platforms. With the absence of box office sales and the declination of TV ratings, the ability to command a streaming service, especially the world's most popular streaming service, Netflix NFLX, is truly a commodity these days. Which is why we started tracking Netflix numbers. Before the streaming service introduced its Top 10 feature, we had no way of tracking TV and movie performance on Netflix. But thanks to that new daily feature, we've been able to assemble a points system that allows us to keep track of which shows are dominating Netflix and rank them accordingly. So which shows have been the most popular this summer on Netflix? When I sorted out the summer rankings back on August 7th, the list looked very different. This time around, there are a few new shows in the mix, including a new number 1. How serendipitous. Today, The Legend of Korra gained just enough points to pass Avatar, The Last Airbender for the number 10 position on the summer top 10. The Legend of Korra is the follow-up series to Avatar, a show that spent a record 61 consecutive days on the daily top 10. The Legend of Korra accrued all of its summer points in just 15 days. The show currently ranks in 3rd place for the month of August. On the 2020 top 10, The Legend of Korra sits in 28th place. Warrior Nun could never quite reach the number 1 position on the daily top 10, thanks to Unsolved Mysteries' dominance. But the comic book adaptation did spend 8 straight days in the number 2 spot and ended up finishing 3rd in the month of July. On the 2020 top 10, the show sits in 23rd place. Warrior Nun only finished in 3rd place thanks to Zac Efron's travel show Down to Earth. The show spent 20 straight days on the daily top 10, including 2 days in the top position, and nabbed the number 2 spot in the monthly rankings for July. On the 2020 top 10 rankings, Down to Earth with Zac Efron sits in 22nd place. Cursed may have finished in 4th place in July's monthly rankings, but the fantasy show added 23 more points in August to push ahead of both Warrior Nun and Down to Earth with Zac Efron. Cursed was one of the few shows on Netflix to ever to spend 6 consecutive days at number 1 on the daily top 10. On the 2020 top 10, Cursed sits in 20th place. It's been a wild time for The Office on Netflix, as the cult TV show achieved 2 huge milestones last week on the streaming device. While the show has never finished on a monthly top 10 list, The Office has consistently ranked enough times on the daily top 10 to sit in 6th place on this summer list. On the 2020 top 10, The Office sits in 9th place.